Welcome to Miners Mods, ladies and gentlemen. So I did some internal tuning to the Aeon Pro as well. The When I did the Nexus and I used just a 2-inch spacer, I decided to try the same premise here. To open this blaster up to get at the spring plug, it's pretty easy. There's a screw here, there's a screw here. Okay, on one side, there's also a screw here, and another screw here. This whole cap comes right off, okay? Underneath this cap, there's one screw port right here. There's also one screw hole up here and one screw hole here at the tail of the grip. You take those 3 additional screws out. Bam, bam, and bam. Okay, once they're out, what you do is you take 2 fingers, you pry the shell open. You go in with a pair of pliers like this, give it a quarter turn, and the spring plug pops out. Now, when you have the spring out of this blaster, okay, if you look at it, and I measured it, the spring is the same length as a Nexus turf spring. Oddly enough, I did try that turf spring, and it gave me the same speeds as the stock spring in this. So there's that mystery solved. When I used the stock spring and a 1-inch spacer, I was getting speeds of about 165, 170, somewhere around in there, maybe 175, okay? Between 165 and 170, okay? When I jumped it up to a 2-inch spacer, I was getting much higher numbers. However, the blaster didn't feel the greatest. So I cut the spacer back by 1/2 inch, and I ended up with this one here. This is a 1.5-inch brass spacer, 17/32 diameter brass. So when I installed that one, the blaster caught a lot better. The prime was noticeably stiffer, but the speed on this blaster was, instead of the 150, 160 stock that it does, this blaster was popping at 180 FPS consistently, which is really nice. And all I did was just add a little piece of brass to it. This blaster really turned out to be nice. I was really skeptical in the beginning of it. And just because to me, this blaster is like if you go to a restaurant, okay? The Nexus and Aeon, they're just like if you go to a restaurant. For example, you know how when you go to a restaurant and you order food and they give you a salad as an appetizer and then they bring along the main entree to you later. To me, this blaster was the entree. The Nexus was the main course. See what I mean? And it's not that I was hard on this blaster. It's just that to me, I just didn't see a lot of potential with it. Aside from the little FPS boost and addition to putting a stock on it, I really didn't see much out of it, which is good. Therefore you don't have to tune it a whole lot, But still, I was hoping to get a little bit more out of it. But then again, I also remember too that it's early. Most of the kits for these blasters, this one and the Nexus, aren't even out yet. But yeah. But once you install a spacer in this thing, this blaster will shoot 180 FPS easily, and it's basically a free mod. If somebody wants to 3D print these, install these, they can go right ahead. Again, it's an idea. An idea is a free idea. But in any event, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. I'll put a buy link in the description below for the Aeon Pro. You guys can source your own brass. You can get that anywhere. And like I said, that's just 17/32 brass. But in any event, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe. And until next time, this is Milo's Mods signing off.